Hi guys, PABrewNews. Stuff and junk and stuff and stuff. Usually I don't do random talking unless I'm doing a beer review or a painting. Now some guys like big old West Coast Nick, Dan from Brew Review CA. I mean, he can just talk for about 16 hours about stuff. Nah, I don't know if I can. I'm not sure if I can do that. But I wanted to jump on here, talk about some stuff, and see if people join. Ooh, my camera's all screwed up all of a sudden. There we go. And of course, for some reason, I don't know why, it's going to be reversed when you see this. That's just what happens. But for the first thing, first and foremost, let's have some beer. Redbeard. There you go. So, probably just do a couple different things. I'll probably have to switch or replay the vinyl at some point in time. Because there's been a couple things I guess I haven't been talking about lately. One is, well, first things first. Let's do first things first. My friend Donna, which she's been on a hangout or two, or she's very well known on the Twitter scene, beer scene. So, happy birthday. Boom, done. One. Simple. Next. Okay. There's been some pretty cool things happening. The painting thing, I think people seem to really be enjoying it. I really love the support. My subscribers have gone up, not drastically, but they have started to rise. I mean, I was kind of plateauing for a while, and I really wasn't getting anything. So, that being said, I'm nearing my 600 subscriber mark. I'm at 599 right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to pop up to the 6 or just drop down again. I don't know. But if I do pop up to the 600, I have two people already in line for some things. Obviously, I have USA 1911, and of course the great Dino from Tubes Dino. So Dean, I have stuff for them already set aside. That's going to go to them. They were some winners before. Haven't had a chance with all the BS, but their stuff is already secured and it's already ready to go for them. I just need to get some recontact information because I had to get off. I got off Facebook and shit. Blah 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 blah. That being as it may. Also, Bill, brewing with Bill. I got his stuff here. So now I have a new job with time off and things that I can actually do shit like a normal human being. So yeah, okay. And again, be that as it may, I'm working up for the 600th subscriber challenge because everyone, I think some of you know, every 100 I do a subscriber challenge. Once I hit that subscriber mark, I will post the video up, and under that link, which I'll explain to you during the video, is you basically put a horrible insult to me, and that puts you in the drawing, and name comes out of a hat, and you fucking win. To mix it up a little bit because there are people that are getting into the painting side of things. I know that's the newest edition, but people are getting into it. If you would like a beer, I'll send you a beer. I'll find a local beer that I consider good and fresh and send it to you. That's fine. Or you could either do two other options. Either if you would like a painting, I can do a painting for you. If you want to do a specific one, just let me know what kind of style you want or whatever, and I can do a painting for you. I can do it live on YouTube and then send it to you. Or you never hear this, the thing, give a man a fish, he can eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, and then he neglects his personal hygiene when he's in his basement, tying flies all the time. It's something like that. Fish. Teach a man to fish. Yeah. Anyway, the point of that was, if you would like, I have some spare stuff, and I can send you some brushes and whatnot your way. I can send you the brushes that I use to do every painting, a set of brushes, and then you could just fucking go to town. The brushes are already set, and simple. I mean, you can get like little tiny sets of oil paintings just to try something out and give it a go for yourself. If you feel interested in that, I have brushes and knives and stuff I can get together and send it your way. So that would be a nice 3 different chances or 3 different opportunities to get something from the winning slot from PA Brew News 600 subscriber challenge. Either a beer, a painting, or some supplies, so you can start your own little painting ecstasies, little journeys. Um, Again, big thanks to everybody who supports me and that one, watches, likes, shares, subscribes, comments, blah 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 blah. The Twitter page is going really well, almost 1,000 followers on Twitter, and people really do like to, you know, once they share it around a little bit with the Bob Ross groups I have, people seem to really like the paintings, so that's really great, and it really makes me happy. Actually, I just got to the point. I just did a painting recently that I actually was like, that's actually really good. Like it was like one of those moments. And I went out yesterday, something like that, the day before, and I got a chop saw and tabletop router and all this crap to make my own frames too. So I'm gonna start framing them. And there's a couple places, especially one place in Gettysburg, that's a consignment-based shop for local artists and stuff. I'm thinking about driving down there and throwing my stuff in there. Just throwing it in, just boom, there you go. See if people want it. Trying to make a happy buck. Trying to get some money back for all the crap that I put into it, but whatever. If I don't, I don't. I just have fun doing it, so we're good. Okay, there's that. That's the big thing, the big subscriber challenge. Of course, all the glorious painting. Drinking myself a Nimble Giant from Trogs Brewing Company. If you haven't seen that and you can't read backwards, because this will definitely be backwards then. Also, had a great time up at Chris Lizak's on the 10th. So if you haven't checked out On the 10th channel, please do so. He needs some subscribers. He makes some amazing videos, and the quality and editing is superlative. So definitely go check out On the 10th. Up there, having a great bottle share with all the guys. The average Joe. Now the Beer Patrol. So please go check out his channel. Ashley Sexton was up there. Jamie from in the basement. Also Greg Bylog. We all know the guy. You know. And of course Maxwell Starr, Nick Lowe. So definitely check out Maxwell Starr's channel if you probably already have already. He's got very many of the subscribers. Also, Guy and his cousin Pascal was there too. So that's Drinking in Canada's channel. So please give them a check out. If I'm missing anybody, I don't care, because I'm old and stupid. But anyway, we had a beautiful hangout, and it is streamed on the 10th channel. So do check that out if you're interested. Some pretty drunken chaos. We went in there, and I spent way too much money at the local establishment in Niagara Falls called the Flying Saucer. Brought everybody some food. And was really drunk. Anyway, the next day, the whole point of the whole hangout was we went to the Albino Rhinos Beer Fest in Ridgeway, Ontario. And even though I didn't drink, I paid my money, and they raised about $6,500 for their local charity that they always do around McDonald House, which was very fun. It was nice to actually see Chad again. I haven't seen him in a long time. I was welcome with open arms, which was really fun. Big old Sasquatch and Yeti mating hug, which was good. There was some growling involved. But yeah, I mean that was really good. Trying to think, there's a one of the things that I haven't done, and I was thinking about doing it for quite a while. There was I'm trying to remember exactly who started it. It was a Chris the Butcher or something like that. It was a small channel movement, so you should hang out, just shout out some people who definitely deserve of the subbers, man. This is gonna be for the people who normally follow me. This probably isn't gonna be any surprise for you. Rajay Beer Ventures is someone who you should definitely check out. Very knowledgeable, very entertaining about the beer. I mean, it's just what it is. He deserves way more than he has, or I said that right, I think. Of course, and everybody at the beer hangout that I did talk about. The other one is the Clueless Drinker, Peter, which I spent many times, many sexual experiences drinking with Peter in Manchester, England, when I was there for the Manchester Piss Up, which was a absolute joy and a pleasure meeting everyone there. That was Peter, Stu, James, Rob, Harry, Craig, See, I'm really old and really stupid, but I'm pretty sure that was it. But that was absolutely fantastic. Going around seeing parts of England. Of course, I was thinking about maybe one of the other things, the little channel updates, was I was thinking about next year. Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the Manchester Piss Up on YouTube, please do so, because all of our exploits and things that probably should have been recorded were recorded and put on that channel by multiple people. So do check out the Manchester Piss Up. The Manchester Piss Up's title change may happen in 2019, and we will retitle it the Kent Piss Up, because I plan on going back to UK and hitting the southerly areas and seeing what kind of mischief we can get up to over that area too. So please do keep subscribe and keep an eye on that. Of course, updates will happen as they go. But we'll just run through that little group of miscasts really quick. Obviously, some of them are YouTube royalty, James and Rob and Stu, of course. But then we have the Clueless Drinker again, Peter. Definitely check it out. Now, he has the Mondo Scalito channel where he does movie reviews, and that is very popular. However, the Clueless Drinker is not. He's got a very small amount of subbers, so please do check him out. Also, backtracking again, to the people that don't know Average Joe, but know Average Joe, he did start his channel, The Beer Patrol, and needs some subbers because he's doing quality work. Okay, moving right along, my buddy Craig from Kent Beer Reviews. That guy is a sexy beast, and he needs some subs. You know what I mean? Okay. And the other one would be Dean's Beer Reviews. Dean from the little bit southernly from the Birmingham area. I didn't get a chance to meet up with him. And then Jacob Beer. Go check out Jacob Beer. Now there was one guy. I was gonna mention, he's not really a small channel anymore. He's got some subs. He has a very specific way to get views and subs. Clickbait, race, war, stuff to poke. He's not trying to be a bad person, but he's definitely bringing up the topics that will, and not, now there are some new topics that I think do actually need some publication and some notification to the people around there. People that especially live in Britain, like the Tommy Robinson stuff and stuff. It's stuff that just needs to be brought out in the light, you know what I mean, and talked about. Whether good or bad, it still needs to be talked about. But he's always like, once he changed from Hammerhead Beer Reviews to the Trucking Good Life, it was trucking and beer vlog or something like that before he changed his channel again for health reasons. I mean, he wanted to get more in health and away from the beer. But yeah, Chris always, he has very interesting videos, and sometimes he's on the point, and then sometimes he's just pointing for no point. But he's usually generally on the point, and he's very entertaining. And his trucking, and besides the clickbait stuff and the controversial stuff, his trucking videos, his trucking vlogs, whether it was his old channel or his new channel or the channel that comes after this channel, whatever the fuck, I always enjoy Chris's vlogs, his trucking vlogs. They are just, I could watch them forever. I think he really needs to redo some of the old ones that he had on before about health and stuff, being a trucker, staying active, things like that. Shit he's seen, the lowdowns. But definitely good, because he closed his other channel. Now he needs to do a new channel. Of course, the reactionary vlogs, like trucker reacts and stuff that he does, it's mostly just a lot of laughing, a lot of swearing, pretty much. But that's a trucker for you. So that's good. There's a couple. Just thinking. Redbeard. I think I did mention Redbeard already. So definitely, that's BEERD, Redbeard. So definitely check out Redbeard's Let's Have Some Beer and all that stuff. And you know, he has his own little unique way of doing his thing. So there you go. I think that's pretty much good on that aspect as far as the channels go. Right off the top of my head, anyway. I might do an actual official small channel movement later. But yeah, that's pretty much for now. With all the guys, of course, Drunken One, but he's got a bunch of subs. You know, there's a lot of people that have super dubs, subs. So you know, and you know, I'm only at 600, but there's people that are way less than me who deserve way fucking more. I am at 600 and deserve way fucking less. So that's how that works. However, I'm really enjoying the painting, and so are seeing people are kind of bringing a new movement of people into the channel, which I think are good. That's really fun. And one thing I have done really recently, uh, finals over, no big deal. One thing I have noticed that I went back and I started watching my beer reviews, my old stuff. Despite the fact that my hair was absolutely fucking long as fuck and I wasn't gray, I missed the long hair and I wish I wasn't gray. Yeah, I don't know, you can't tell, but I'm fucking gray as shit. Uh, One thing that was super cool, I mean, obviously it was a very different life I had when I started. This one was 6 years ago. It was a long time ago. And one thing, it's kind of crazy seeing your old life, your old house. I mean, I've been doing renovations and things like that. And my life was calmer then, or whatever, or structured, or whatever you want to call it, different. But one thing I'm absolutely, and I never realized this, it kind of hits me like a freight train, is when I'm watching my old videos and the kids get in frame. And just seeing how young they were, and just watching them grow up and grow up and grow up, due to this accidental thing that I do with this beer reviews. And it's just like this little capsule in time that I get to share and keep and just go back and rewatch. It's so cool. And it's so casual, and there's a like candid camera kind of style where she just pops up and it's like and I don't think they're interruptions. I mean, obviously that I might have at the time, but now it's just so that's perfect. That's great. I'm so glad that happened. So it's just those little things. I remember when I was in Birmingham, for example, on my 2 week trip to England, and I was in Birmingham and I was watching an old. Someone mentioned something, so I started watching this old homebrew review, and then my daughter popped up, and I was like, "Oh, I'm getting a little misty there." Oh, there you go. And I started missing my kids. You know what I mean? It's just those little things, but I have all those in those videos, and that's so important. And also the people that I've made and friends that I've made over the years are so freaking important, and it's just so great. And even though I don't talk to Terry K kind of dropped. He tweets some very odd stuff now and again, but other than that, Terry K kind of dropped off the face of the earth as far as the YouTube stuff goes. But I mean, just David Dowling, which again dropped off the face of the earth because of health issues and bullshit like that. But he's, I know he's still out there. But David Dowling, Terry K, Danny McFadden, DJ, I mean, they've all been there since the absolute get go. So it's really interesting to see these people and still have this kind of link. It's really great. But of course, all these extra people I've made, and I've got a chance to travel all the way to the west coast of America, all the way to England, all the way to Canada. Next year, even if things don't go the way I want to next year, I'm still traveling to Texas to meet Drunken One. Things are going to happen. I travel, meet friends, have good times, have lots of this. But have lots of this. And it's great. I'm very, very happy and privileged, and it's just one of those things that this channel is, it's sometimes it seems like a burden. Sometimes it seems like, I could have been doing other things than this. I think we've all kind of gone through that. There's little moments where things like this, I mean, the channel goes away for a few months because other shit comes up, or maybe it should have went away for a little bit because other things were happening. But it's a lovely way to disguise my vices as being social. But anyway, yeah. Channel updates, as I said, painting, still going. Summer's coming up. Happy birthday, Donna. Small channel movement. Possible Kent piss up next year. And again, I am working on a little bit of a dietary regimen right now. It's nothing crazy. I'm going to lax up on the beer, maybe one a day. I'm having two today because I want to do this little thing. But again, not a lot of beer. All the beer I have, you see behind me. The rest of the beer I took away. It's over at my parents' house. I did this a couple years ago when I was kind of cutting out of the beer for different reasons, but I took it to parents' house to let it age. All the stuff that I took over there can age pretty well. Of stuff, especially red meat and stuff like that, which is not super happy about that. But hey, trying to lose a little weight, kind of fat. I'm kind of fat. My blood pressure went fucking sky high, so I'm trying to do that, trying to get healthy to a certain extent anyway. And so I'd like to be here to meet more people and have more fun and do this whole YouTube thing. So I don't want to die. So there you go. Pretty much, that's accurate. That's pretty much the way I can say it. And I'm still fucking shocked that fucking when I would bend over in my old beer reviews like this, just a little bit, my hair was touching my fucking legs. I was like, I want that back. I know my hair's still long, but goddamn, jeez. One thing I'm going to do now that I'm getting my life kind of back in track and doing this and doing that is slowly, and I started with the painting, of course. I'm going to start getting into my little hobbies and stuff that I used to do before everything went to shit. So music and word. I'll be posting new stuff on that if I do any more musical stuff, if anyone's interested in all the metal, the underground metal, and see what else I can come up with. I really like singing, even though I can't sing worth a fuck. If I sing something and I don't think it's that shitty, I'll post it on either channel, probably on this channel, because it might not be metal. So whatever. But that's gonna happen here soon, and yeah. The other thing, the one important thing with this channel being a brew channel, setting up my home brewery. And I'll try to make some videos and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to gut the fucking room again. I gutted it once and fixed it, and I'm going to gut it again. I'm going to again and again. Whatever I just tried to say there. I'm going to gut it again. I'm going to run in a bunch of fucking lines, power. I'm going to get a chest freezer downstairs for stuff. I'm going to start brewing again and get the shit going, because one thing I would like to do in the 5-year period is start my little brewery that I've been talking about to a couple people, my non-profit brewery company. But before I do any of that, I got to get my shit fixed here. I got to help myself before I help other people. I got to get ground floor going. I got to start brewing, start making consistently good beers at home. So I'm going to start working on getting that going. And when I start doing it, I'll make sure I make some videos so you guys see what I'm doing with the brewery, where I'm at with brewing, what brews I'm making, and then whatnot, etc. And of course, if you're local people, definitely stop in and try some of the brews that I'm making, that kind of thing. So that's going to be one of the other big things that's coming up with the house, with the channel, and with the brewing process and all that stuff. So definitely, I'm not really good to talking randomly about crap for this long, but I got some stuff out. So, and I got a watcher, so that's good too. So, but yeah, it's going to be health, brewing, painting, big, possible trips in the future for everybody to hang out and see more people. Can't piss up 2019, hopefully. And definitely the health, trying to get back in health, lose a little bit of weight, get the blood pressure down, all that crap like that, so I can keep doing videos, keep doing reviews, and keep living. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I'll finish up my Nimble Giant 2018 Nimble Giant from Troig's Brewing Company from Hershey, Pennsylvania. I need to actually, the other thing I need to do, and I have noticed, I from watching some of my old reviews, besides home brewing, of course, I haven't really been doing any brewery tours or anything like that. I haven't gone to breweries and like filmed it and showed you stuff. I did Lakewood and Voodoo, which was like me doing that antisocial thing where I kind of like started the camera and went, look, there it is, bye, and I closed it. And part of me doesn't want to upload that because I feel like an idiot going, oh, click. But like, I just don't like walking around talking to myself with a camera in my face. I know I can do it here, but like in a place, it's a little harder. So It's probably not that short. It's a little bit longer than that, where I can actually show you around a little bit, and like, cause it's a beautiful place. Lakewood, New York, is a beautiful place, and Southern Tier is definitely a beautiful place. Um, Definitely encourage anybody is in that area to definitely visit Lakewood. Very beautiful. The beautiful area. The lake is nice. We went to the what was that? I still can't remember the name of the goddamn place. It's right down by the lake, right near some really beautiful historic houses. It's a beautiful coffee shop slash bookstore. Of course, I spent money in both places because I can spend money in a bookstore no matter what the fuck they have. Almost basically, I can find something to buy. So I spent some money there. We got some nice coffee. Walked around some of the historical districts, looked at the houses, kind of Googled how much were they fucking were. Like, holy shit, they're at least $600,000 houses and stuff. But uh, yeah, it was just fun. And then we went to Voodoo after that, and other than that, really, it's okay. I've driven by it once when it was like 3 in the morning, but we went to Voodoo, and so far, like, I hate to be a negative Nancy. I really do. I haven't had any of the barrel aged stuff, but their special release can only crap that's non barrel aged, like their, oh my god, their amber ale was crap. I mean, like, I have a couple beers I have to try from them still to review, but except for the unrefined and kind of the jabroni, they weren't that fucking good. You know, they weren't worth the trip and the price and the bull crap. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things. But unfortunately, that's kind of the way it is. Anyway, I've talked for almost a half an hour. It's a lot longer than I thought I was going to go, and I think I've covered all the bases. So, anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Paul from PABrewNews with some stuff and some junk and some stuff. Cheers. Bye-bye.